Hey guys and gals, NC4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers, and I'm not. I just wanted to share something for some of the newbies, and I'm going to use that term very loosely, newbies. And sometimes some of us that get OCD, we want everything in order and we want all the T's crossed and the I's dotted. We're going to talk about signal reports. Let's see if I can have some fun. Peanut butter and jelly. That's not a signal report. But I heard you say peanut butter and jelly. I didn't hear you say 5 and 3, 2, 2, 7, 7, hamburger helper. I didn't hear you say those words. But I heard you say peanut butter. So was that a contact if I answered with jelly and you said jelly? So I know that you heard me. I hope that you're listening to what I'm saying. For some of us that get OCD, we want to. I didn't hear my signal report. What did you say my signal report was? The contact is not necessarily based off of a signal report. Sometimes you'll learn after working activators, you'll know them by their voice and by their little puns and playing around and peanut butter and jelly or Reese cups or whatever words they come up with. The fact is that the contact was made, both parties heard and acknowledged what was said. No different than a 5-9 or a 2-2 or a whatever. A lot of operators are lazy and all they'll do is say 5-9 when they can barely hear the individual. Many of us that are not lazy, and I am not picking on people, you do as you feel free when it comes to your reports. I'm going to give you what I feel is real, not a fictitious contest type signal report. But all of us are different, so expect different. But if you're new and you're wondering about signal reports, remember the hunter doesn't upload a log. The only time your contact is verified is when the activator finally gets their logs up. And a lot of times, if you heard them and you made a contact and you're sitting there waiting, well, they gave you a contact report back, but you were still talking, so it got crossed over. That's going to happen. Happens a lot, especially when there's a pileup. Remember, with POTA, Parks on the Air, it's not about matching signal reports. It's verification of contacts that were made. I give you a real quick example. I gave you a 5 and 7. You heard it as a 5 and 9. I'm not going to dicker over a 2-digit. You heard the 5, you heard the 7, but you called it a 9. Or you heard the 9 when it was a 7. You still heard and we made contact. I want you to understand that we don't have to be so meticulous when we're working the activators because they're bound to say something that you don't expect. And that's normal. It's okay. This is a hobby. This is a fun. We don't contest here. We play on amateur radio. We prepare for emergency communications. We meet and fellowship with many fantastic people who enjoy the hobby of having fun and not being so OCD that you got to have everything per se. I hope I have not offended you, and if I have, I apologize. We appreciate those that are listening. We appreciate you newbies, and I use that very friendly. Please don't be offended by it. We want you to join the ranks. We want you to ask questions. There's several of us on here that in our YouTube family for Parks on the Air. Each of us have a different style, different way, different technique, different opinions. But that's what all the learning is about. We learn from one another. May God bless you. Lift up somebody today. Put a smile on their face. And have a super one. NC4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers. I'm not. Just a darling old man. 73.